Hey there, it's Heather Hakes. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am sharing with you 4 steps you need in order to create a new reality in your life. Before we dive into today's training, I want to offer you a free training on how to reprogram your subconscious mind. You can grab it directly in the description box below and also on my website, heatherhakes.com. Today, I am breaking down 4 steps you need in order to create change in your life. And how this came about is I've had multiple of the same conversations in the past week with individuals, and I see it all the time come across my desk through my life assessment. If this is something new to you, we're going to get into it. But the first step, the first pillar I walk my coaching clients through is creating awareness. So let's start there. In order to create change in any area of your life, you first have to become aware of where you are. You have to understand where you feel stuck, where your pain points are. And if this is something new to you, I have a free resource on my website called the Life Assessment. It guides you through and walks you through understanding your dissatisfaction, where you're unhappy, and it really helps you create an aim and forward focus. So let's start there. The first step to creating change in your life is awareness. Now you have to become aware of what's running on autopilot. And here's what I want you to understand. 95% of your life is running on autopilot until you start becoming aware. What do I mean by that? Think about it like this. I want you to understand your mental programming as an iceberg. The tip of the iceberg, what you can see, is your conscious mind. Now, your conscious mind are where you have your desires, your wishes, your dreams, your goals. And that's amazing. That's a great place to start. You want more money. You want better health. You want an amazing relationship. You want a successful business. But if you don't understand 95%, what's happening in the background, what is unconscious, that is where you come up against yourself and nothing in your life will change. Now, here's how I think about it. Think of your mind as a mental garden. Your conscious mind, 5%, are the seeds that you plant, and your seeds are simply your thoughts. And the beliefs that you've created are just thoughts you keep thinking. Now, going back to the idea of your mental garden, the thoughts you think are the seeds you plant, and you will always reap what you sow. Now, what happens for most people is you're living unconscious on autopilot. You're so unaware and you're living in reactive mode. You've simply fallen out of the driver's seat of your life. And I want to help you get back in. So again, if you haven't, take the life assessment on my website. But here's what I want you to understand. When you become aware of those thought patterns, when you become aware that you're distracted, you're in overwhelm, you're stressed out, you're worried, you're fearful, you live in lack and scarcity, bored, overwhelmed. And then all of those thoughts and emotions are leading to scrolling on social media, over drinking, overeating. Think of these as your vices. That is how you fall into autopilot because you're simply unaware. What happens for most people, a wake-up call tends to be a health scare, financial woes, bankruptcy, divorce, getting fired before you wake up. But I just want you to understand, you don't have to wait until life gets so bad. You can simply have that aching, that feeling, that nudge. You're meant for more. Great place to be. So now that you have awareness, let's move into step number 2, or the second pillar that I walk my coaching clients through. Once you become aware, okay, you know what? I have been stuck in a negative mindset. I have been focused and dwelling on the past. I have been living in fear and worry. Now you have to create an aim, a clear aim. It's time to be forward focused. So what do you want to have, be, do, and experience in your lifetime, this month, this year? Your mind loves having a target, and that's what your conscious mind is for. You have free will to direct your life on how you want it to go. So by combining these first 2 steps, creating awareness and then creating an aim, that is how you get out of autopilot. That is how you get out of that rinse, wash, repeat cycle. Now, as I shared, I want to break this into 4 steps on how to change your reality. So the third step is really about the application and process. But even before we start applying and taking action, you have to get really clear, who would you need to become? Now, I want you to think about this as like reinventing yourself, creating version 2.0, and that's exactly what I coach my clients through. So you understand the neuroscience on how to create change, how to create lasting, sustainable change in your life. But you have to understand, when you have that clear aim, that's amazing. The business you want, or the job you want, the health you want, amazing. You need that clear aim. But then you have to take a step back and understand, okay, how would I need to be showing up as? What are the thoughts I'd want to be having? How are the emotions I'd have to get out of? Fear, lack, worry, scarcity, boredom, discouragement, despair. And I'd have to be living from an emotional state of empowerment, joy, gratitude, love, confidence, belief, and that unwavering faith. And hopefully you can see that alone, those two emotional states are going to create two totally different realities. So now that you're clear on where you've been, aware of where you're unhappy in life, where you're unfulfilled, and now you've created an aim, what do you want and who would you need to become? The third step is about that application and consistency. This is what, think about it as having that strategy and a blueprint. Now, there's a million ways you could go about this. I'm going to walk you through how I've done it. I'm very intentional, and I want to emphasize that word, intentional. Now, I have interviewed hundreds of people on my podcast, and I always ask them, what are your daily rituals? What are your non-negotiables? And every single, quote, successful person is very mindful and intentional with how they're spending their day, what they're consuming, the kind of people they are around, and their habits. So I want to walk you through how I spend my day. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is a meditation. And the purpose of meditation is, before I fall into autopilot, which I don't do that anymore, but before I start my day and just start reacting, I'm very intentional. And the point of meditation is to sit in stillness. It's to focus your attention and awareness. And then it's about creating an intention for the day. So I do guided meditations through Dr. Joe Dispenza at this time, but through meditations, I am training my awareness and I'm creating a clear intention for how I want my day to go. That alone is focusing my thoughts, creating really empowered emotions to start my day. Then I go to the gym, take care of my mental and physical health, and then I begin my day. Content creation, coaching clients, interviews, and more. Now, let me walk you through how life used to be so you can see how I've reinvented myself, how I've created version 2.0. How I used to spend my days was when I was working in corporate, totally unfulfilled, going through life's motions, literally living in autopilot. I was dreading Monday and cheering on Friday, week in and week out. The alarm would go off in the morning. I'd hit my snooze button 2 to 3 times, roll out of bed, rush to get ready, rush in traffic, go to work, and it was rinse, wash, repeat. And over time, I had this aching feeling, this heavy feeling. I was so unfulfilled. I had to create change in my life. Now, can you see how I used to be in autopilot, not intentional, not mindful, not meditating, and I would go to the gym every day after work. But that state of being, who I was then versus who I am now, are completely different, quote, personalities, states of being, different awareness, different intention, different habits, and I have 2 totally different realities. So here's what I want you to understand. When you have awareness, when you've created a clear aim, and when you have that consistent application, that is how you achieve or create new results in your life. So I want to break this down for you and how you apply today's teachings into your life, because I truly want you to know, when you get out of autopilot, when you stop living by default and start living by design, you can have any reality you want. And reality is created by 2 things, literally 2 things. Your thoughts, think of them as an electrical charge sending vibrations and energy out, and it's your emotions, your state of being, which is the magnetic force drawing experiences back to you. So when you combine living intentionally and mindfully, Directing your thoughts, that's the conscious mind, 5%. When you're directing your thoughts, because that's the first domino, then you can start living in the higher vibe emotions: confidence, belief, conviction, clarity, joy, gratitude, love, freedom, which inevitably lead to the actions moving you forward and progressing in life. This is truly what change comes down to: directing your thoughts and emotions so that you are living your life by design rather than by default. If you are seeking the strategy, the accountability, and the blueprint on how to get from where you are to where you want to be, I want to offer you a free 15-minute call and learn more about one-on-one coaching. You can learn more on my website, heatherhakes.com, and schedule your free call. Here's what I want you to know. Knowledge alone is not power. Just consuming this content is not going to make you financially free, healthier, happier. You have to actually apply these principles into your daily life, and that is how you create change. The good news is, and I want to sum this up, if you find yourself stuck in living in autopilot, you have the power to start living mindfully and intentionally and create literally any reality you choose. Thanks for watching today's video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you're the first to know when new videos drop. And give me a thumbs up. I'll catch you on the next one.